Hey, awesomes. How's it going? All right. So I'm continuing my series. Um, I would have gotten these done sooner this week. However, I have been spending so much fun time meeting with you and your teams and groups this week discussing um, Project 2, the Needs Assessment Project Plan Memo. Um, and it seemed like you guys really, really, really had an awesome grasp already. So I don't want to uh, necessarily not finish the series, um, but maybe point out a few things about maybe some of the final sections, and maybe we'll kind of wrap it up because I think most everybody, most of the teams, have either already completed most of these sections, already had a really, really good idea of these final sections, especially. But I did want to make a note on research methods that and I know I've emphasized this before, and I just want to make sure it emphasizes it again to you that I'm totally fine with the focus being primarily on secondary research. While things are better, quote unquote, out there in the world, I do not expect there to be a plethora of primary sources. If you happen to, put a survey together, right, on SurveyMonkey or Qualtrics, or you did something like that and you wanted to send it out to some folks or whatever, those types of things, obviously that is fine. But if your primary focus is mostly on secondary research, that is completely fine. And I wanted to just make sure that you guys understood that, and that safety first. Okay. um, and so I think as we were discussing, previously on how this particular team had put theirs together, remember they recall that they were talking about all their particular different types of audiences, right, and the stakeholders, and they were keying in on certain types of individuals that they felt would most need to know stuff, right? And through this process, if there's going to be this change in this process, or tubes or whatever, right? That key stakeholders really need to find out a lot of information from those key stakeholders. And so in this particular case, the employees and they down into what chemistry personnel, couriers, service representatives, laboratory clients, management, really did a detailed description of those things. And then they, of course, obviously were going to be sending those types of things to those different levels of the survey. And so that was quite detailed. Of course, they had the ability at that time, to perform a lot of this survey research, but please understand. I understand that that's may not be as doable. And then, of course, there's criteria that is in this particular sample, and I think it's in some other samples that are posted on Canvas. And this just gets us to think about part of to establish a solution. What are some of the criteria? You don't have to use these. You can use these as a guide. These are a very good guide. I think they cover just about every aspect in most industries. But feel free to take some liberty with that and adjust it as necessary. And then you can use the team schedule. A team schedule is kind of also like a division of responsibilities in some ways. But this kind of lets everybody know who's the owner, right? And they have their own system, start date, finish date, when things are happening in process. They happen to give these a value, as you'll see in this left-hand column, so that everyone had kind of like an equal distribution and contribution. And then, of course, team responsibilities literally just go down within each person and kind of make sure that you state, and I like that they listed bullet points, makes it easy to follow, especially for your audience. Doesn't have to be you don't have to tell necessarily a story or a narrative. And then I like the fact here that the team charter, they address the team charter and then bring in some of the aspects of that team charter of how that went towards. And this is something that you guys had said to me all week long, how awesome that team charter was, right? And how much the team charter has helped and made a significant difference in your project. And then, of course, wrap it up with this is just a really solid conclusion of what we're doing, where we're headed, the possible solutions. It's done extremely well. All right, guys. I didn't want it to overload you because I know you guys are wrapping up and finishing up this project with 17 more videos. So I tried to condense it down into one. So I look forward to meeting with the rest of the groups. I know I've got so many teams to meet with this weekend. So until we see each other next week, well, I guess we won't. See you all soon. Stay safe. Stay awesome. Bye now.